Well, I speak at EduCom every year. Sometimes it seems like every month. And what they want me to do is to do a tech update every year, just sort of summarize what's happening in consumer tech and try to bring it home to the educational racket as best I can. So this year we're going to be talking about tablets and ubiquitous wireless internet and app phones and some of the new cultural ramifications, the new business models like Groupon and some of the other dynamics like elastic pricing, which is this idea that doubling the price of something doesn't have the number of copies you sell. It devastates the number of copies you sell, and that's the lesson of the App Store, where everything is encouraged to be $1 because you sell millions and millions at the price of $1. It's brutal. There's no way to do it. It's my job to keep on top of what's happening, and it's like drinking from a fire hose for me. So there's no real way to do it. I mean, read my column, read the similar column in USA Today or whatever. You can keep on top of. There's a bunch of websites that help you keep on top of things, but they tend to be geek-oriented, Gizmodo and CNET and ZDNet. So for the consumer-oriented stuff, I'd say stick to the consumer-oriented publications. What tends to happen is that the grassroots adopts technologies before the corporate world and the educational world, and it's not really anything to be ashamed of. That's the way it's always been done. It's because we have a model of how we should teach or how we should run our businesses, and then some new disruptive things come along. It's not going to be overnight that we figure out what it should be doing. I mean, some school systems are still banning electronics in the school, and others are coming up with new curricula based around the gadgets. So there's no easy answer. That's why we come to these things, to learn what are the latest technologies and how can we use them. But every now and then you hear about someone doing something really, really clever. Instead of banning the electronics or the websites, embracing them. And those are the inspirational stories. Well, I mean, the truth is we're only at the Cro-Magnon age of digital photography. I mean, I think we all think we're so advanced, but I really think we're just starting out. And so everyone's just sort of like blind men feeling their way into the future. And yeah, this is one branch of what photography has become. One thing that's clear is I think I read that fewer than 2% of photos are ever printed out anymore. So it's all about on-screen viewing, little screens, big screens, tablet screens, TV screens. So the resolution really doesn't matter that much anymore. You don't need that much resolution to print something out because you hardly ever do print things out. So Instagram and Hipstamatic and those things are more about sharing the real-life experience of what's happening to you right now with other people as it happens, and I think it's exhilarating. I think the most important thing to recognize is that that the platforms have changed. My children are in middle school and they're really into these YouTube celebrities, Mystery Guitar Man and his buddies, and they have 2 shows every week, and they have millions upon millions upon millions of views. And I was saying as I was driving the other day, it's almost like TV isn't the ultimate anymore. It's almost like people don't. It used to be that when you were on TV, you've made it to the pinnacle. It's almost like someday YouTube's going to get there. And my kids are like, Dad, YouTube got there a long time ago. It's much better to be a YouTube celebrity than a TV celebrity because TV is passé. So the important thing to recognize about the different platforms is that they've changed, is that the relative importance and prominence of these different platforms is constantly shifting, and the ones that you were barely paying attention to, like ebooks, let's say, have suddenly become where the action is. So that's the part you need to keep your pulse on.